Mindset Matters with Leanne Cannon. And take it away, Leanne.
Okay, thank you so much, Larry. Good to see you. And welcome everyone to Mindset Matters. My name is Leanne Cannon, reminding you that your mindset matters, and it matters a lot. You know, I'm sure that you've heard by now that your thoughts are powerful, that thoughts become things, and what you think about, you bring about. But how is that possible, and why is it true, and is it just a lot of woo-woo? Well, I'm here to tell you right now that it is not. It's physics, and I want to show you how this is so. Now, you may have heard about the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the law of frequency and energy. And we're going to talk about all of those things by talking about the law of resonance. The law of resonance, what does that mean? Well, just to give you an example, I'm sure that maybe you've listened to music that you would say really resonates with you. Or perhaps you met someone for the first time and you might comment on how, boy, they really resonated with me, or I really resonated with them. It's like you're on the same frequency. You might even say that. And really, that is what it's about. So to start the conversation, I'm going to review a couple things that some of you may know, some of you may not, but it's foundational to talking about the law of resonance and how raising your vibration can, and actually does, change your experience, and why that's really true. How powerful it is to know this information, because once you know it, then you have so much more control over what happens to and for you than you may have ever realized. So first of all, just reminding everyone that everything really is energy, everything. And everything has its own resonance. Everything has its own rate of vibration and frequency. The reason that's so important is because energy attracts energy like itself. And so if you are energy, which of course you are, we're sitting here or standing here vibrating as we speak. You might not have been thinking about that, but that's what's happening. Always happens. There's no pause in that. If you were to stand in front of a Kirlian machine, you would actually see kind of like an x-ray, but not an x-ray. It shows your energy. And so we're vibrating all the time. The beautiful thing about you and I is that we have control over our rate of vibration. Let me illustrate why that's important. You might be sitting in a chair right now. That chair that you're sitting in is also vibrating. It has a rate of vibration too. But guess what? It just is what it is. It doesn't have a choice about what its rate of vibration is. It just vibrates as it does. Same thing with every other thing that you're looking at, if it's a table or the computer that you're looking at right now. Everything is energy and everything is vibrating, but you and I, as we are vibrating, we have a choice about our rate of vibration. And the way we alter it is by altering the thoughts in our mind. For example, if you were to stand in front of that Kirlian machine that I mentioned that shows kind of your aura, your what the rate of your vibration really is, when you change what you think, your aura changes, the colors change. Now this is science. Just like if you were to stand in front of an x-ray machine, it does what it does. And so what you think about alters your state of vibration. You can actually figure that out anyway, because you know that if you are depressed, if you are upset about something, if you are anxious over something, That's a way different feeling than if you're excited, if you're looking forward to something, if you can't wait for something to happen. What a difference. That's a difference in your vibration. And you might suppose correctly that if you are anxious, depressed, worried, you have doubt, fear, anxiety, all those things, all those emotions lower your vibration. Conversely, if you are excited, happy, exhilarated, now you can just feel that that's a higher vibration. And what does science teach us? Science teaches us that energy attracts energy like itself. I'm going to demonstrate that in a moment. Since that is true, if you just reason on it, if you are in a low vibration, if you're feeling lousy, what do you think you are attracting to yourself by means of the vibration of your being, by the vibration of the thoughts that you're thinking, by the way you're feeling? Yeah, you're really drawing to you more of the same. When really what you want is something else, something better. But there's a reason why, if you're constantly focusing on what's going on that you don't like, you really cannot attract what you want. Doesn't matter how much you want it, you can want it with all your heart. But if you are not resonating with the energy of that thing that you desire, you cannot get it. It's like you're on different frequencies. And you can't meet in the middle anywhere. Just can't. Okay. So let me demonstrate what I mean by this, all right? Now we've talked about this a little bit before, but not like this. Not exactly like this. So even if you are familiar with this illustration, hang in there with me because we've not spoken about it in this particular way, all right? So let us say, and maybe you've seen this, that you have a tuning fork right here, okay? And let's say this is sitting on a box, maybe a sound box. And now you also have another tuning fork right here. All right. So it's true that if this tuning fork and this tuning fork are on the same frequency, something very interesting happens. Let's say that this tuning fork was struck with a rubber mallet and it would begin to vibrate, right? And it would begin to hum. Well, because this tuning fork, as we said, is on the same frequency, they happen to be on the same frequency. When this thing starts to reverberate and vibrate and make noise, make a humming sound, I don't know if you can even see that. Doesn't look like it's dark enough, but you get the point, hopefully. Do you know what happens? You probably do. As this is vibrating, this one begins also to vibrate, even though nothing touched it. Why? Why did this one begin to vibrate and hum just like this one, when this was the only one that was hit with a rubber mallet? It's vibrating because it's on the same frequency. What did we say? Energy attracts energy like itself. And so how does that have anything to do with you and me? Well, really everything, because we already established that you and I are vibrating too, and that everything is energy. What you want is energy. What you don't want is energy. and energy attracts energy like itself. So let's say that this is you. This is you. And what you want is freedom and happiness and peace and abundance. That's what you want. Well, all those things have energy of their own. Because everything is energy. Okay? Money is just energy. The feeling of happiness has its own energy. Situate this so you can see it a little better. So in order for you to attract to you the things that you want, oops, hold on. In order for you to attract to you all the things that you want, it's important that you resonate with them. So what that means in our illustration is that as the first tuning fork, you need to first resonate. You need to first vibrate the feeling of wealth, the feeling of freedom, the feeling of happiness or health, whatever it is that you want. Before it shows up, you need to create within yourself the feeling of what you want. Why? Because when you do, the feeling is what creates the vibration, the rate of vibration. Okay? I'm going to show you something else. Now, we've talked about tuning forks before, but the one thing that we didn't really connect before, the dots, is the idea that if you're picturing yourself as the first tuning fork that is struck with the vibration of what you want. Because if you're the one that creates the vibration of what you want, then just like in a literal tuning fork, it will resonate with what you want and bring it right to you so that you're resonating together, you're vibrating together, and you have what you want. And here's the thing, there's like no end to frequencies. We'll say all these lines are frequencies. And we can use this in a lot of different examples. We'll say this is your goal, your dream, your vision is on this frequency, okay? But if your vibration is down here, you're on this vibration. Maybe COVID has caused you to lose sight of what you really want. Maybe, being in quarantine or being limited in your ability to go and do and be and have friends over and things like that. Business meetings are virtual now. So many things have changed. Perhaps it's put you down here. We could even call it a funk. Maybe you're in a funk. Well, as long as you're vibrating down here, how are you going to get what you want if it's up here? You won't. It doesn't mean you don't want it. It means you're not in the right place. It means you need to shift your vibration to get what you want. But, that's just words. How do you do that? It's like, okay, sounds great. But if I am in a funk, how do I get myself kind of like up the ladder to my goal? How can I get myself on that frequency of what I want? Because just like Einstein said, He said, match the frequency with the reality that you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. That's what he said. And then he said it could be no other way. Why would he say that? Because he knows it's law. It's the way it works. It's one of the laws of the universe. In fact, at the end of that quote, he said, this is not philosophy. This is physics. How reassuring is that? Because once you understand that this is part of the laws of the universe, that means it works. Well, it will work for you, just like gravity. It works every day. It doesn't forget you. You don't think, I sure hope I don't float to the ceiling this morning in case gravity forgets me. It's not even a thought in our head because it's law. We don't worry about whether or not the sun's going to come up in the morning. It does. Even if it's behind the clouds, we know it's there. And the laws of the universe with regard to frequency, energy, resonance are laws. They're laws. And once you learn how to use them intentionally, now you can craft a life you desire. Even with the laws of gravity. I mean, we didn't always know that they were there, but they were. And once we discovered it and started to understand it, now today we use it intentionally for so many things. So many things. And the same is true here. So how can we raise our vibration intentionally in order to match the frequency with what we want? Well, there are a number of ways to do this. One is to decide what you want, first of all. That might seem obvious, but it's more obvious that people really don't allow themselves to really think much about what they really want. Why? Because life, day-to-day life, we're caught in the minutia, and we're worried about, our job perhaps, or we might be worried about our teenagers, we might be worried about our marriage, our health. There's so many things that are on our mind that we might not even imagine what we would really want our life to look like. Maybe because we feel like, well, it couldn't happen anyway. So why depress myself by thinking about it? Okay. Another thing is just the workaday world. Go to work. If you are going to work, coming home every day, and you kind of get in this rut, whatever it might be. Some of you might be in the flow of homeschooling at this point, but whatever it is, it's like you wake up and wind up doing the same thing every day. So, a lot of people don't think about what their dream is. What does that even mean? They might not even remember anymore. So the very first thing is to identify what it is. What is it that you want? That's first. Next is believing that you can have it. And that's why understanding the laws of the universe can be so powerful, so encouraging, so impactful, because there's a reason to believe it. It's part of the laws of the universe. And once you know that, now you can trust that this will work for you as well. So, first of all, identify what you want, believe that you can have it, and then allow yourself, first of all, to visualize it, feel it, think about it. Put yourself there. If you put yourself there in your mind, then your body will follow and you will be there. I've seen it happen so many times. For myself, over and over and over, and for others, many times over. So identify what you want, believe you can have it, and then allow yourself to picture yourself there. Now, this isn't picturing yourself there kind of in a wishful way, like, boy, that would be nice. I wish this could happen. No, it would be looking forward to it, looking at whatever it is that you want, the lifestyle, the health, whatever it might be, the relationship, in a positive, expecting way. Just like if you were going on vacation. You've got the plane tickets, you've bought them. You have the brochures that itemize all the stuff that you're going to do while you're on vacation. You have the pictures of the resort where you're going to be. You've got pictures of the beach. And you have purchased some things that you want to take along with you. You've got the date set, right? Well, you're not like, oh, I hope we can get there. You're like, I can't wait. You're looking forward to it. You're talking about it with your friends. It's a positive expectation, a feeling of positive expectation that you have around this vacation. If you can mirror that positive expectancy when it comes to what you want in your life, that, my friends, is a high vibration. And that is resonance. And that's what you need to bring into your experience exactly what you want. A couple of ways of raising your vibration like that to get that feeling of, I'm doing it, it's happening, is to create what we call a vision board. That's one way. Now, some of you have a vision board right now, and I hope to goodness that if you do, you're actually using it. It's one thing to create a vision board. It's another thing to use it, and to use it correctly, because it works like a charm if you do. For those of you who might not be familiar with what that is, some call it a dream board, a vision board. What it is, in brief, is to, once you decide what it is you want, create pictures around it. This informs your brain and your subconscious mind of what is important to you. And if you just ask the question, what would my life look like if I could live like this or that, or if I had this or that? Ask the question. And then look at it. You can Google pictures of what it is you want or something very similar. Some people use a magazine and cut it out. However you acquire the picture, pictures are so powerful because our brain actually thinks in pictures, even if you don't recognize it or pay attention to it. But if I say elephant, you're not thinking, okay, ELEPH. You think elephant. It's a picture pops in your mind. We're going to talk about that just a little bit more in a moment. So because our brain does think in pictures, and we put a picture of what it is that we want on a poster board or something like this, we're really feeding our brain with images of what we want. And there is kind of like a gap, you might say, between what you're living and what you're seeing. And the brain is designed to connect the dots. It's like it goes to work thinking about how to get you there. You don't even have to think about how. You don't let the how stop you at all. Just know what you want. Put it on your vision board. That's one thing. Just pictures of these different things that you would like to draw into your experience. But also words are very powerful. Words and phrases are very powerful. And so if you have inspiring words, encouraging words on your vision board, yes, I can, do it now, unstoppable, whatever, or powerful quotes that resonate with you, put them on there too. And then spend some time, just a couple minutes every day, when you look at what it is that you want. Allow yourself to feel the feelings of like going on a vacation, like I'm going there, I'm doing it. Get excited. Look at it as if you're looking at your resort brochure and you've got the date set. Okay. Do that every day and watch what happens. It's just miraculous. It feels miraculous. It's just science, but it feels miraculous, really. And I'll tell you a quick story. When I started doing this, some of you might know this already. When I started doing this, so many things were happening on my vision board that I got excited about. I took the picture off. I didn't need it anymore, but I couldn't pitch it because, I was still excited. It happened and I couldn't believe it. Sometime I'll have to share some of that with you. So what I did was I created a thank you board. I just put thank you on the top so that I could take things from my vision board and stick it on my thank you board. And wow, how powerful was that? Because it created so much more belief in me. This is happening. And then that happened. And on it goes. It's physics, like Einstein said. I would love for you to learn more about it because it's such a rich topic. But more than that, it's a wonderful way to live. So if you would like to have more information about how to do this, there's so much more to tell you. No time, I'm out of time. Just call me, text me, or email me, and we can chat. It would be my privilege to tell you more. So for now, this is Leanne Cannon signing off, reminding you that your mindset matters, and it matters a lot. Until next time.